Hello everyone and welcome back to WWE Universe. I'm your host Chich. We're here in Los Angeles, California for the 2011 SummerSlam event.
And it's for the World Heavyweight Championship. Making his way to the ring, representing the core from Cape Town, South Africa, weighing 223 pounds. He is the World Heavyweight Champion, Justin Gabriel.
The time has at long last come. SummerSlam is here. Undertaker versus Kane for the World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton versus The Miz. That's what I meant to say, The Miz, not The Rock. Wrong the. For the WWE Championship.
Representing the core from Pineville, West Virginia, weighing 232 pounds. Heath, Slater.
As well as Brock Lesnar, set to go up against Triple H, Billy Gunn, and Road Dogg in a Gauntlet match. A World Heavyweight Championship Contenders Gauntlet match. Billy Gunn or Road Dogg, if they defeat Brock Lesnar, will have earned Triple H a World Heavyweight title shot at Hell in a Cell in 2 months' time. Some big stuff happening here tonight at SummerSlam. The long-awaited collision between the former Power Trip members Kevin Nash and Vader as well, and the ECW World Heavyweight Championship to be contested in a triple threat match between Mark Henry, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Eddie Guerrero. This is going to be a big show. We're starting it off right with this ladder match. Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater, who imploded this past Monday on Raw. Heath Slater had enough. He said that Justin Gabriel used him to get to where he is right now, to get the championship that he's got, and Slater's gonna take it away from him. I guess that's to be seen. Here we go. These two know each other so well, this should make for a good match. The championship hung above the ring is what it's all about.
You hear how his leg connected? Ooh, Gabriel got lit up on that one. Got the arm up.
Whew.
Good counter there by Slater.
Down on the leg there. Gonna wonder when the ladders will come into play in this matchup. Will this be a quick ladder match, as we've seen in the past, or will this be a competitive matchup that leads towards the first man going towards the ladder?
The rules are as straightforward as they come. Get up the ladder and bring the title down. Oh gosh, careful, careful. Oh, did you see the force behind that? Heath Slater, you talk about a cocky...
Slow paced here tonight, as I say. Start off to tonight's SummerSlam. I'm looking forward to seeing if Heath Slater can do what he has said he has set out to do. He says he wants to take Justin Gabriel's championship away from him. That is all Justin Gabriel cares about in the eyes of Heath Slater, and it's time he brought that to an end. I guess we shall see if he can do just that. Gotta say, so far he's had a pretty good start. Gabriel now turning things around. Gabriel, a very strong fan favorite right now. Some people obviously choose to sympathize with Heath Slater on his argument. The fact that he does appear to be used, he does appear to have been through a lot in his time with Justin Gabriel. And now breaking out on his own, it'll be interesting to see if he can finally win his first singles championship. These guys were former WWE Tag Team Champions towards the end of last year. Unfortunately, that hasn't aged well for them, as they never actually managed to get hold of another championship.
Ends in deadlock. Neither one of these superstars can afford to give their opponent the upper hand.
Are you saying they're poor, Michael Cole?
Justin comes up with a great...
Sorry, that was terrible.
He's putting those educated feet to good use.
And Gabriel with that quick offense. I'm kind of amazed to see a ladder hasn't already found its way in the ring. I find these ladder matches usually fly by because they just kind of go for the goal. You know, it's the exact opposite of a regular singles match where they try to break a barricade or 7. Normally these ones are like, they go straight for the championship as soon as possible, but they actually haven't focused on the championship hanging above the ring just yet. It seems like there's some real personal matters to attend to here. Following this matchup, we've got the Women's Championship on the line as Raw action continues. We're going to be seeing Tiny Shiny get her Women's Championship rematch, as well as top contender Layla getting a shot at Natalya after she defeated Natalya on Raw. And of course Natalya, the champion, will be defending against both of them in this triple threat match. First fall to the finish. Be interesting to see if Tiny Shiny can become the first ever 3-time Women's Champion. If tonight is in fact the night that Layla finally captures some gold, or if Natalya can kind of silence a lot of the doubt that's been going on around her right now, and actually come out with the victory. Right now, I think a lot of people thinking that Natalya is in for a short-lived reign. And here we go, we're finally finding these two fighting on the top of the ladder. Justin Gabriel with an elbow to the neck there, and oh, strikes him down. And just wait, Justin Gabriel coming off the top with a moonsault. A moonsault headbutt. Can't say I've seen that one before, but it was effective. I want to check he's not concussed following that impact, but it was effective. Drop kicks to Heath Slater to the outside. This is Gabriel's opening. He could go for the championship. No. He's not done with Heath Slater.
What a SummerSlam this is. Every single match is off the charts.
Heath Slater, of course, better towards Justin Gabriel for what we witnessed. And I'm, of course, talking about Justin Gabriel kind of being the reason that he said it was separated from his new friend X-Pac. Oh! And Shawn Michaels as well. I'd react to that stronger if it wasn't the billionth time I'd seen it. Justin Gabriel now with the ladder in hand. Heath Slater put through a barricade. Really paying for it, turning on Justin Gabriel right now. Thought maybe tonight would be Heath Slater's night. Right now, it's looking more like Justin Gabriel's first successful defense. And of course, 13 days fresh off a win on the light heavyweight title. I guess he wouldn't object to that.
Thus far, this has been a phenomenal championship contest. Who will win? Who's going home with the title?
Me. It's my time. I'd like to thank all my fans for believing in me.
I just can't get over the physicality of this match. This has been brutal.
Heath Slater now finally turning things around. It might be too little too late. The damage may have already been done to Heath Slater. Say put through a barricade and kind of beating the hell out of there. And Slater, come on, don't do this. Don't end it this way. Don't end it. Slater, come on. There you go. Sorry, whenever they get on top of the ladder, I find that the AI goes really stupid in ladder matches, and they'll just kind of like, they'll really casually go up and try to stop them. They'll walk, not run. They'll circle the ladder a little bit first. All very confusing. Slater seems to have kind of changed the tides of this matchup. I think he might have landed on that ladder there. That must have been a harsh impact.
Oh, look at this. He's been opened up.
I guess that was to be expected when weapons are involved. But still, Heath Slater continues to fight back. And he does the spinny thing again. I don't actually know what that's called. Flippy rope move. Whoa! Almost got him with that one. Heath Slater back outside the ring. Justin Gabriel inside the ring, but definitely looking a little bit damaged here. You notice it's Heath Slater donning a crimson mask, but it's Justin Gabriel that's feathering his cranium. Barricade and a big forearm to the back. Justin Gabriel now sends Slater into the back. Oh no, not another one. Not two in one night.
Tie up. This is about skill and power. A stiff shot with the elbow.
And it looks like now Justin Gabriel has been busted open.
Dodges to the side of that one.
Very even playing field between these two former friends.
More damage he can take.
Kind of amazed. So far, I don't think we've seen anyone actually really get their hands on the light heavyweight championship that hangs above the ring. This one seems to be real personal.
Against the wall.
No.
Just knocks him off his feet. Yeah, now come the
No.
lights. I don't think they're gonna stop.
Get away from the barricades.
He is definitely gonna have to have those ribs looked at after this match. Nice
There are a
dodge there.
few matches I'll be trusting the AI with today. Don't make me regret it.
That wasn't very accurate. Ooh, elbow to the heart. And he gets tossed back in the ring.
Tossed.
High elbow to the face.
Michael Cole. Tossed.
And he's heading back in. From behind.
That's what she said.
Oh my gosh, he came down on that ladder. And he's going for that ladder. He's heading back
Oh, Heath Slater heading up top, and now Justin Gabriel. Quick in pursuit. Oh, right hand. Oh, okay. That was a little short. Wait, why is Gabriel dazed? What is happening? There you go. That got very strange for a moment there. I wasn't really sure what was going on.
Slater's in trouble. Impressive suplex. And again he moves to the outside. Look out!
Justin Gabriel off the ropes with a crossbody.
Can't even want to take a gamble like that, Kane. How should I know? I'm scared of heights. Oh, what's he got now?
How did I know?
See the pain shoot through the superstar's body off that slam. And he gets out of the way. Inverted DDT. Looks like he's having trouble staying in the ring. And again, the ladder comes into play.
This has been a really physical match. As I say, I'm very surprised at how little the ladder has come into play in this one.
He's setting up.
I was expecting a lot more ladder action, but I'm not actually disappointed by that. It's kind of refreshing. Heath Slater, oh, drops Justin Gabriel face first onto the ladder.
Watch it.
Look at all the blood on the face of Gabriel. Slater has clearly got this in the bag right now. He's just got to go for it. And that is exactly what he's doing. And Gabriel's up, because what the hell is selling? We don't know what that is yet. Give us a couple more games. Maybe then we'll figure... Neck breaker! My god! What's a sell? How do you sell? Slater is up. I don't know what selling is. Sounds stupid. Despite the neck breaker, Heath Slater is climbing back up. These two are determined to tear each other apart. And oh! A kill switch. Shades of Christian there from Heath Slater. And Slater is up.
And he's out of the ring again.
And he's gonna do the rope thing again.
With a miss like that, I'm wondering if he has something in his eye. Hard shot from Gabriel.
There is no love lost in this matchup. These two are tearing each other apart.
Oh, wait, nice reversal.
We got a time limit on this match, boys. You don't want to see this one end in a time up.
Oh, don't. Oh, big DDT.
Believe it or not, I left this on normal experience. I didn't actually think this would quite go this hard.
A sick dick breaker.
A sick dick breaker. Probably one of the best dick breakers you've ever seen. That's how sick that dick breaker was. Heath Slater going up top. Justin Gabriel in pursuit. I gotta say, Slater is nowhere near the title right now. He can't possibly... Yeah, okay. Justin Gabriel just picked it up from under him. That's a possibility. That's scientifically possible, yeah.
Heath Slater has the arm.
If you've never seen it, it's because you've never tried it. Don't try that.
That was vicious.
I'm not responsible for anyone who tries that. I resign all responsibility if you try picking up a ladder out from under someone.
Be careful with that thing. Heath Slater controlling the waist.
just amazed, you know. You're 13 minutes down in this match and it's been very physical, but neither of them have really kept their eyes on the prize for particularly long.
Oh man, is Heath fired up? Heading back up the ladder.
Slater now going up. Is he going to get that light heavyweight championship from Justin Gabriel? No.
And he dodges that one.
This has been so physical. I mean, the two of them, the state that the both of them are... Oh, flapjack. State that the both of them are in. Slater now looking for another finishing move on Justin Gabriel. There's the sweetness. Is enough? No, he's still picking him up.
He's going back outside. Oh, mama.
Can't believe this. This is only our first match today at SummerSlam.
He's heading back up.
2 tag team titles, 2 women's titles, 3 world titles, all on the line.
Going up the ladder again.
2 long-standing feuds set to culminate as well. Surprisingly, no Intercontinental or United States tonight.
Look at this. This could be it.
And another neck breaker by Justin Gabriel. Come on, man, just go up the ladder.
Looks like he's having
They just don't seem to want to end this.
Oh, jeez, what a gamble. There was no hesitation there. This one's all business. Oh, no. Wait a minute, Cole. What's he going to do here? Here comes the body splash. And he gets back in. The kick connects. Heath Slater squeezing down on the head. Oh,
Haven't heard that line in a while. Squeezing down on their head.
Come on, put that down. This match has taken so much out of this guy.
Slater now with the ladder in hand and he's coming up. I don't know if this one is going to see a finish. We are running short on time. 15 minutes sunk into this matchup. Justin Gabriel's... Why? Why, though?
He fails to connect.
As I say, in terms of like a blood rivalry, this is kind of, you know, this is really making sense. There's a lot of hatred developed between these two. You don't know how long this has been brewing between the both of them as time has gone on, but at the same time, it almost seems like they don't want to win this match.
Uh-oh, look at this, King. Oh, man, that's one
Upside down, and now Justin Gabriel. Whoo! Backstabber off the corner.
right there. Uh-oh. Talk about planning your opponent. Oh,
I don't know what's going on. They just don't seem to want to go for the title. Perhaps a ladder match wasn't the way to go.
an STO. He swung wild with that one. What's this? And now, rookie to...
Oh.
Jeez. Right down on that leg.
I mean, I'll tell you what, this might be the best ladder match we've had in this series' history.
Beautiful diving crossbody. And again he moves to the out. The high crossbody.
It's just also a shame because they don't seem to be very focused on winning it. We have to enforce the time limits, otherwise this show would never end.
I don't know what's going to happen here. What an amazing force was behind that slam.
Off that slam.
Right about now. Here he goes again.
Well, Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel meet at the top of the ladder. Come on, guys, you gotta wrap this up. Here we go, Justin Gabriel gonna send Heath Slater. Oh, and he fell off as well. Go on, go back up, go back up, go back up. There you go, Justin Gabriel climbing the ladder. This has got to be it. This has got to be the moment in which Justin Gabriel gets his hands on that title. He's got it. He's got it in reach. Justin Gabriel with his hands on it, and Justin Gabriel retains the light heavyweight championship, much to the dismay of Heath Slater, who's still not gotten up from that drop kick. What a way to kick off SummerSlam. The battle scars on this man.
Heavyweight champion, representing the core, Justin Gabriel.
These guys really delivered kicking off tonight's show. What better way for SummerSlam to have begun than this? I don't know. Great performance from these two tonight. Really both gave it their all, but in the end, the two-time light heavyweight champion succeeds in his first title defense against his former friend, Heath Slater. Hard-fought victory, to say the least. Okay, Los Angeles don't like Natalya. Poor Natalya! Ding ding ding. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, the women's champion from Calgary? I think she's from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Isn't it Natalya? See Justin Gabriel. Fuck you, Justin Gabriel. See Justin Roberts. That's how you do it. You just introduce them. You know? You just fucking do your job. That's all you do. Useless. Absolutely useless. Fire that man. Women's Championship up next as Raw's action continues. I need to make her female, hold on.
Introducing the challengers, representing the disciples of darkness from the United Kingdom.
Tiny Shiny, the former women's champion, lost the title in a surprising Raw Roulette elimination 4-way matchup. Came down to, I believe it was Layla and Natalya in the end. Tiny Shiny was eliminated second from that matchup to lose the women's championship. Layla then ended up impressing with a victory over Natalya, which is how she got the shot here tonight, and clearly the fan favourite. A lot with the outro, so they really yell. Also, I like that it's Tony Chimmel, but I still blame Justin Roberts. I stand by that. I stand by my decision. I still blame Justin. Even knowing wholeheartedly that it's Tony Chimmel announcing the show, I still blame Justin Roberts for not introducing Natalya. Women's Championship on the line so far tonight, 100% success rate, but that is because we have only had one title matchup. I like to try and keep track of that as the show goes on. We've got 10 matches on hand tonight, possibly. I mean, at the moment it's scheduled as 9, but you never know. Edge and Christian are set to potentially defend the tag team titles against the Celtic Cross. Following the events of Friday's SmackDown, it looks like maybe we could see the reunion. Guess only time will tell.
Here we go, triple threat rules. First person to get a
Sling Blade.
or submission wins. And we talked about this earlier, King, that in this type of match, you want to hold back and let your opponents do the work for you, then pick up the scraps, so to speak, when opportunity knocks. Squeezing down on the head.
Ooh!
And did you hear the impact on that kick? What a match this is going to be.
Well, I'm very curious to see who comes out with the Women's Championship. A lot of people believe that Natalya, despite being the champion walking in, is kind of the underdog here tonight, as Layla and Tiny Shiny have really kind of taken the Raw Women's division by storm as of late. It's going to be real interesting when we see that Divas Championship matchup in just a couple matches' time between Kharma and Beth Phoenix, the final ever collision between what has been almost a year-long rivalry. It all started at bragging rights in October of last year, and it comes to an end here tonight in a match in which the loser must retire, never to set foot in the ring again. Very interested to see how exactly that ends up.
No disqualification match. We could see anything in this one. Oh no! Oh! Well, trying to rip that lower
People
back.
really oversold that arm move there with that reaction.
Here, King. Are you kidding? Whoa! Watch out! Whoa! And she fights her way out. And this is going to return to the ring.
Tiny Shiny hopping into the ring and Layla catching her there. We've seen there's kind of a union between Tiny Shiny and Layla. They seem to kind of see eye to eye on some things.
On display by Layla. Again with the clothesline. Natalya has the headlock.
Natalya.
My heart skips a beat every time Layla gets in that ring.
And there's Jerry Lawler. Being Jerry Lawler.
Look at this move, Cole. With the arm. Oh, what quickness demonstrated there by Layla. Natalya countering nicely there. Silva.
I believe in the standard rules of a triple threat match, this is falls count anywhere as well, which means this one could end on the outside of the ring. However, disqualification also not an option, but rope breaks are. Rules can get a little bit complex in some of these matches, but the reason for that is because the AI fucking sucks. Plain and simple. That's just between all of, most of 2011 and early 2012, that is the way we'll be doing things. And then we'll be changing them in 2012 to 13. As suddenly I feel like our wrestlers will be a little bit more competent in the ring. Not necessarily the best, but they'll be better.
Women's Championship is on the line.
Women.
What diabolical things are going through that mind right now? When you get in control like this, you want to throw everything at your opponent. And that could be what we're seeing here. Silva. Layla into the clinch.
I've never really heard this into the clinch line before, and now all of a sudden I just keep hearing it.
This could be big.
Into the clinch. Tiny Shiny, big suplex off the top. Quite a lot of matches from Raw here tonight, thinking. I noticed they've got Kevin Nash and Vader to come in the WWE Championship match between The Miz and Randy Orton. A first ever collision. Of course, they've always been on separate brands, and The Miz getting his WWE Championship shot tonight. I've been told that should The Miz win the title tonight, he will immediately have to defend against the British Bulldog tomorrow night for the actions committed against the British Bulldog. One superstar who has been protesting outside the SummerSlam building all night, R-Truth, insists that The Miz is innocent. He will continue that push for as long as he can. Truth will set you free in the eyes of R-Truth.
Controlling the head.
Natalya.
Camel clutch locked in, wrenching on the neck and lower back. Listen to that chop echo throughout the arena. What an impact from the face buster. Impressive counter there by Layla. Oh man.
Heads up move by Dolph Ziggler. This is one of those matches you just like to sit back and enjoy watching. Nice dodge there. Whoa, look at Natalya. What a counter. Silva avoids the impact there. A suplex like that takes a lot of power and delivers a lot of impact. Layla controlling the arm. Oh my gosh! Natalya goes behind. Natalya.
You know what my favorite part of SummerSlam is? The Divas.
I don't really know what the sounds are. Oh, he said the line!
I love it.
I forgot about that line. The Divas.
These two jockey for position. These superstars are so unpredictable. I'm having a hard
Hadn't heard that in such a long time.
Nice takedown there.
Thanks, Cole. I did my best. YouTube when DMCAing someone.
There's the bulldog. Oh man, that knee looked painful. What a relentless attack. Layla needs to get away. Man, did you hear that? Echoing throughout the arena.
We find ourselves on the outside now. Of course, this match can end anywhere at any time. That is the rules of a Falls Count Anywhere match, believe it or not. I know that may sound a little hard to believe, but those are in fact the rules.
Controlling the waist. And that series ends in deadlock. Neither one of these superstars can afford
Must admit, this match hasn't had the most build up.
Natalya in a ton of trouble now.
It just made sense as the match of the show.
Elbow to the face.
Surprised McMahon was able to keep his daughter out of this business. So the initial match was also featuring Stephanie McMahon. And let's be real with ourselves. That is one very biased boss.
What a battle this has been. There's no disqualification, anything. Layla's got it right here.
And oh, big kicky by Layla.
Shoulders down. Oh man.
Tiny Shiny is not going to let it slide like that.
How much more extreme will this match become? Big elbow.
I think Tiny Shiny getting very ignored right now.
Shot from Layla. Lifted and now placed up.
Not a wise move.
Tied up with the turnbuckle there. Stay down. Stay down. It's assault on Natalya. Bam. Oh, here we go again. Oh man.
Oh man! It couldn't have been less enthusiasm in the way he said that. Hurricane Rana. Natalya and Tiny Shiny and Layla are all just kind of running around on the outside like a couple of crazy scamps. Layla. Oh, okay, I really thought we were going to see something big there. Tiny Shiny looking maybe, yeah, 925! Through the table? Aww, that would have been through the table. I think her foot would have clipped it, but it would have been through the table. Not the most exciting table break, but it would have been a table break. Layla into the cover, and Tiny Shiny obviously not going to stand for that one. Following this, Epico and Primo get their much-awaited tag team title shot as they face off against the Road Warriors for the ECW World Tag Team Championship. I can't wait to see what happens in that matchup. Obviously, at the moment, Epico and Primo got that victory over the Road Warriors. You can't neglect it. Triple threats follow the same problem that a lot of these older games do, which is that there is zero selling, so, like, to see an end is quite unlikely. This will probably end in a time limit draw, when I'm being completely honest with myself. Or someone will get, like, really lucky. And here comes the 925. I feel like Natalya has really eaten a lot of damage from both of these women as Layla tries to steal the pin from Tiny Shiny. The audacity of that.
I can't look, Michael. Tell me that Layla didn't get it in the face there.
That is disgusting, Layla. You should be ashamed.
Oh, look at this. Layla in. And there's a stiff clothesline. That wasn't very accurate.
Tiny Shiny into the steel steps, and honestly it feels like Natalya is just kind of the target right now, the one that they want to get the pinfall over. They're kind of just dealing with each other when they have to.
Look out, look out. And that was broken up before it can land. Has the headlock.
I am so curious if we will see any kind of an outcome in this match.
Takes a devastating
There's a cover on Tiny Shiny. I was going to say that not nearly enough damage done to Tiny Shiny. There's been so much focus on Layla, I mean on Natalya. I don't really think we've seen the two face off against each other too much. At some point, I guess these two friends are going to have to accept that only one of them can walk out the women's champion. And Layla almost got it there. It looked like Tiny Shiny was almost thinking like, yeah, you can have it. This would be a career first for Layla if she won the women's championship tonight. She has never held a championship. Whereas for Tiny Shiny, this would be making history as the first woman to have held it 3 times.
She's gonna, oh my gosh! It's driven face first into the post. And now we're moving into the ring again. Natalya has the arm. Oh man, what a neck breaker!
Quick dick breaker. And here's the cover from the Tiny Shiny. Oh, she got her! Tiny Shiny sneaking one over on Layla there with that quick pinfall attempt on Natalya whilst Layla wasn't present. And we both knew, I mean they both knew they both knew that Natalya was very weakened in this matchup. She'd taken a lot of damage from them both. Tiny Shiny picked a spot, and Tiny Shiny is the first ever 3-time women's champion. What a piece of history to be made here at SummerSlam. You know, there was belief that perhaps Natalya's victory, winning that championship for the 2nd time, was a little bit of a fluke because of the way in which it took place. And I gotta be honest, this kind of solidifies that Tiny Shiny's 2nd reign maybe should have never come to an end. Either way, it brought on the 3rd reign that you are seeing here tonight before you. And I look forward to seeing what the future holds for Tiny Shiny.
Following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. And it's for the ECW World Tag Team Championship. Approaching the ring at a combined weight of 580 pounds. They are the ECW World Tag Team Champions, the Road Warriors.
This crowd is electric. They are on their feet for the Road Warriors, the World Tag Team Champions. I guess despite all their bad-mouthing, despite the fact they literally denied these fans seeing them compete, the Road Warriors are still the Road Warriors in some people's eyes, and you just can't seem to outweigh that. But here come my favorites in this matchup.
Introducing the challengers from San Juan, Puerto Rico, at a combined weight of 435 pounds, Epico and Primo.
I gotta be honest, I am really rooting for these guys today. I think this is gonna be their moment. They are long due this tag team title shot. I feel like from the moment the Road Warriors were given a title shot, despite the fact they lost to Epico and Primo in the 1st round, these guys have been kind of just sitting back and knowing that they are due this opportunity here tonight, and that is exactly what they are getting. It actually came at the request of the Road Warriors, who felt they had something to prove, after obviously they lost to Epico and Primo in the original rounds of the ECW World Tag Team Championship tournament. If the Road Warriors are unsuccessful tonight, that means that no team thus far has successfully defended the Tag Team Championships though. So in a way, I think it's quite essential for ECW's Tag Team Championships to be successfully defended today. What I'm saying is, either result here is a good result.
This tag team match is underway. Nobody home for that one. Has the headlock. Epico loves to use that exciting luchador style, but he also has a few dirty tricks up his sleeve.
So it's Epico starting things off here with Road Warrior Animal. And of course, Epico is the one that I think has received quite a bit of flack for his accidents that have taken place over the past few months. The man has injured himself more than once, attempting the exact same table dive. I hope he's learned his lesson with that, and I hope that isn't something that is on the horizon for today's show.
He fails to connect.
Sometimes you do have to just accept that these things aren't going to work out, and in that case, it clearly wasn't ever going to work out for Epico. You know, you look at this match on paper and you think the Road Warriors have got this in the bag, but what you have to remember is that the only reason the Road Warriors weren't tag team champions sooner is because Epico and Primo defeated them in the initial rounds of the World Tag Team Championship tournament. They eliminated them real quick from the tournament. They didn't make it past the first round because of Epico and Primo. And when you remember that, you got to take these guys a lot more seriously than maybe you'd like to. I know there are some people that don't truly believe in Epico and Primo.
So far, this has been a very competitive tag team match. Not today, too fast. There's no doubt that
Something smells really good and now I'm hungry. Why is life so cool?
Germany, Australia, New Zealand, and Austria.
Off the ropes. Oh, shoulder tackle. And, so far, I've got to say, this has not been looking very favorable for Epico. Road Warrior Animal Man. Oh, no. That is one sight that I do not like to see when it comes to a match involving Epico.
Epico controlling the head. Listen to that chop echo throughout the arena.
Animal now sent into the corner of Epico and Primo, the challengers. Epico remaining in the ring. Interesting. Snap that takedown there.
Oh, big elbow. That should do it.
Epico really taking his time in the ring. I guess there is no hurry. There is a time limit to this match, but it's 20 minutes. You know, it's quite a long time limit.
Animal into the headlock. Animal's almost like a pit bull in his aggression. And he has to make a tag to his fresh partner. Oh, back to the head. Back, good job getting to the ropes there.
Wonder at what point we will see a tag made to either one of these two's tag team partners. Right now, I feel like Primo and Road Warrior Hawk are very much on the sidelines. Maybe Epico feels he's something to prove. Oh, double axe handle. Crowned him now. Following this, the long-awaited Iron Woman match between Beth Phoenix and Kharma. 30 whole minutes these two women are going to get to face off. And the winner of that matchup will be the ultimate winner in the long-standing rivalry between those two.
Neither individual is going to back down here.
The loser must retire.
Avoids the attack there. Perfect takedown to get to the mat. Primo's all over. He just planted him with a DDT. And that one hurt his hand. Nicely avoided there. You're looking at a guy that practically grew up in a wrestling ring. I mean, Primo is so at home in there. Hawk has the headlock.
Hawk.
The range of emotions here is startling. There's almost an
Tides have turned now. We got both Hawk and Primo in the ring. Epico already showing some weakness on the outside. That is not a good sight so early on in this matchup. Much as I don't want to admit that. I do like Epico and Primo. I am rooting for them, admittedly. Oh, dropkick across the face of Hawk.
Before he ever Primo covers.
Primo! The intensity in which Michael Cole yelled that out.
Will give everything they have to win here tonight. Hawk. These are great competitors, great, tremendous gladiators here in WWE. The knee.
The knee.
Hawk has no clue what just hit him. He drops the elbow. What a night it's been here at SummerSlam, and things only continue to get hotter.
Well, obviously, Primo's got to keep in mind his tag team partner is notoriously susceptible to being injured, and that has got to worry him in this matchup.
Each and every one of them are having a great time tonight.
That can't be a comforting thing to have to remember.
And now he's back out on the apron. And he's displaying tremendous viciousness. This guy lives to fight. I think Hawk is truly angry that we don't live in some kind of post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Yes, I think he's angry about that too.
He's got that engine to the red line right now.
Well, Epico back in the ring now as he's got to deal with Hawk, and that's going to make for a tough challenge.
Hawk comes up with a devastating counter.
And you're already as weakened as Epico is, and then you get busted open off that knee lift. That is not a good start for Epico. Definitely think he's taking a little too much damage in this, and he needs to let Primo into the ring more. Primo had a very forgettable first run in the initial season of this here series, but in season 3 he made his comeback alongside brother Epico, or no, cousin Epico. Brother Carlito. He's never been here, I don't know who that is. And coming off the ropes with a moonsault, but he completely missed that one.
This has been a war.
This has been a war. This means war.
Epico goes behind.
Epico.
Epico controlling the ring.
Epico. Something about the way he says that is really strange. It didn't sound right. Oh, we're gonna get like every match is gonna be 20 minutes at this rate. We're not gonna get any shorter matches tonight at SummerSlam, which I know you might think is a good thing, but it's really bad for me because it means I'm gonna be recording for way too long. And what that means is that when I play some of the matches, they're going to be wrapped up quickly. So it's not a good thing. Because I'm not going to sit back and watch all of them. It's just at the moment we've had a bunch of ones that I didn't really have a determined winner in.
That suplex was picture perfect.
Or a situation that I had in mind, or anything really. It's not just winners. Over here, nope. I think I will just start playing the matches from here though, because I don't want them to drag on for too long. Hawk now gonna suplex. Oh, out of the ring goes the already very damaged Epico. As Animal comes in, and the tag team champions seem to be very, very much in control here at SummerSlam right now. I dread to think how much of the time of these first 10 minutes in this match have been spent with Epico in the ring. I think it's a little too long. We've barely seen Primo in this matchup. And I think he's focusing on the wrong guy. Maybe he didn't realize that Animal was the one that got tagged in. Okay, now he seems to realize. God, the face of Epico right now. I tell you, if he wins this matchup, it's going to be one major upset victory. Oh, okay, alright. Oh. Toss. Come on! No! Fuck your stupid bullshit fucking piece of trash garbage barricade breaks. Shove them up your fucking ass, THQ. Fuck your stupid barricade breaks. Fuck them. Good God, I hate those barricade breaks.
wrestling maneuver.
Outstanding.
Animal taking advantage.
Off the ropes.
Oh, he's on the move again.
Ropes.
Oh, no. Talk about getting launched out of the ring.
Just get the piece of garbage spot out of the way so we can finish the match, please.
Talk about an immovable object. Epico's in trouble.
Oh, it's the wrong angle, so he's got to throw him in the ring to throw him back out the ring, of course. Doomsday device.
Nice dodge there.
No.
Did you see that? What an impact. Epico sees their hurt.
Epico, what is this? Oh, gory bomb maybe. Yep. Got him.
Bad intentions.
Tag your part. There you go. Tag finally made to Primo. Is this going to be a defining moment in this match? Drops Animal. Drops Hawk. Primo is in control. Come on. Backstabber, 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 backstabber. Oh.
Squeezing down on the head.
Oh.
To the side of that one.
Now. Do it. No. No.
Oh, and the knee connects. Look at those eyes.
Yes. There we go. Yes. Okay.
Big.
Yeah, backstab.
Uh-oh.
He got him. Animal's been dropped. Epico drops Hawk off the side. Cover on Animal, please. No! That would have been so good. Oh, I wanted it so bad. We were just inches away from Primo getting the victory off of a hot tag, and it would have been perfect.
This could
Instead, it's probably going to end in either a barricade break count out, a time limit draw, or like a, you know, like a fucking full Nelson into a pin.
Primo could be in trouble.
Arm drag into a pin.
He's left the ring.
Oh, God. Hawk's turned heel. Hawk's turned on Animal. He's walking away. I'm kidding. Don't take that seriously.
Primo controlling.
It's just the AI being unbelievably, painfully useless.
That Irish whip was
Yeah, even though I don't have outcomes for a lot of tonight's SummerSlam, this is the last match I'm letting the game play. I can't trust it. I keep remembering that I can't trust this game to put on a good match. The first two, you know, the triple threat was kind of messy, but I could excuse that because it was a triple threat. The ladder match, it really delivered on. But this is now the friendly reminder that I once again needed, that I cannot trust this game. Because it will just keep doing this. And then this, because it's a tag match. It's out of the ring, in the ring. Out of the ring, in the ring. Out of the ring, in the ring. Reverses a hold, does a finisher.
in a sickening way.
Doesn't pin.
Very smart move there by the veteran Road Warrior. Wild strike misses the target. You don't want to be on the receiving end of those shots from Animal.
I'm sorry to ruin your nostalgia for WWE 13, but this game was fucking buggy.
Oh, what a shot.
Primo with the leg sweep. Come on. Do another backstabber. You can get him off the second one. Don't pin him off a leg sweep. You're not gonna, no one wins off of a leg sweep.
And he's in a tough
Primo, he's got a mean streak going. I mean, that's the thing. They've weakened the hell out of Epico. They've pretty much removed Epico from the match, but Primo is almost 100% still. He can go.
Primo controlling the arm. Oh, too strong to get caught in that. Oh, rudely interrupted there.
Big step up Enziguri to the face of Animal. That could win a match. I believe that. No. Okay. Bulldog.
Elbow drop.
Elbow drop.
Too slow.
Primo shoving away Animal. Oh! Shoulder tackle. What a way to fight back.
And now his partner
Tag made to his partner Hawk. Hawk and Primo, as I say, very preserved in this match. Backstabber. Come on. Come on, Primo. Come on, Primo. Primo, come on. Come on, Primo. Primo, come on. Come on, Primo. Get that cover, Primo. Primo, yes. No. You wasted too much time. Also, Hawk's really not done that. Taking that much damage, let's be honest.
incredible series of moves there. Nobody's budging an
Primo is, I mean, Hawk is the Primo of the Road Warriors. Like, he's not taking a lot of damage in this match.
You can see him struggling to stand after
Okay, Primo, that was a waste of your momentum, and now you've lost it because you're not going to win a collar and elbow tie-up with Hawk. This is one heated World Tag Team Championship match, that's for sure. Into the corner. Tag made to Animal, that could be a mistake. You're bringing the weakened member in. Primo with a look of devastation on his face as he gets that back body drop from the both of them.
Animal is unloading.
To his feet.
He's got him.
Oh, fuck. The match was actually getting interesting again. Thank you, Epico. Thank you. We got 3.5 minutes left on the clock. Still, neither one of these two really showing any signs of letting up.
Back into the ring now.
Very nice entrance there, Primo. Really good. Helps you a lot in the match. No! No, no, no! Yes, yes. Sometimes, yes! Print him! Yes! 1, 2, 3! Yeah, come on. 1, 2. Oh. Backstabber! Oh my god, could it actually happen? Epico! No, don't walk away! Epico! Yes! Primo and Epico have won the tag team titles. What a roller coaster ride of emotions that was. Absolutely brilliant stuff. The Road Warriors may have blackmailed themselves into a tag team title match with a weakened Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie, but this team, this young, aspiring team, have shown how much heart and dedication goes into their matches, and they truly earned and deserve this victory. Long live Epico and Primo. What a celebration. These guys absolutely deserve it. Primo really pulled through for Epico there, but Epico still able to provide one hell of a performance tonight for these two to finally be ECW World Tag Team Champions. It has been a long and storied road to this matchup. No introductions. Thanks, Tony, or Justin, or anyone, someone out there. Kharma makes her way to the ring here tonight as she is set to defend the Divas Championship against Beth Phoenix in what could be Kharma's final ever appearance. Here at SummerSlam, this one is truly coming to an end between Beth Phoenix and Kharma, the two combustible elements that could never see eye to eye, that could never coexist. There was always going to be a collision amongst these two women. Now, to take you over kind of the tail of the tape, so to speak, the history between these women, it all started back at Bragging Rights 2010. I had to think for a minute. When Kharma walked into Bragging Rights representing Raw with the Women's Championship, whilst Beth Phoenix came in representing SmackDown with the Divas Championship. Kharma defeated Beth Phoenix to pick up the victory for Raw. And I assume he's going to actually introduce Beth. Yep. You could really hear that anyway. But yes, what was I saying? So Kharma picked up the first victory at Bragging Rights. Beth Phoenix shook, upset, offended by the way that one went, challenged Kharma to a rematch that took place at Survivor Series 1 month later in what was intended to be a match to unify the championships. This match was determined to be a 2 out of 3 falls, I believe, or was that? No, I think that was a last woman standing match. Sorry, I'm making sure I get my info right. Yes, a last woman standing match for both the women's and Divas Championships, unifying the divisions. Beth Phoenix defeated Kharma in what was a very strong and dominant performance from Beth Phoenix. The Divas Championship was then retired, the divisions were unified, and I believe Kharma took some time away to kind of recover from the shock of the loss that she suffered at the hands of Beth Phoenix.
Tonight will be a night like none other. Ladies and gentlemen, this is SummerSlam.
And it's already had 3 matches. Then at the Royal Rumble, Kharma came back for more with Beth Phoenix. And Kharma defeated Beth Phoenix to regain the Women's Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This led to the divisions being separated, Kharma being determined the winner of their best of 3 series amongst the two. And Beth Phoenix then took back to SmackDown, bringing back the Divas Championship in the new season, and saying that she was going to bring the women's division back to SmackDown under the Divas Championship. Kharma ended up being drafted to SmackDown, and in a multi-woman match, I believe it was, I can't actually remember that one too clearly, Kharma ended up defeating Beth Phoenix to regain the Divas Championship, showing that this blood rivalry between these two women was just never going to end. So here tonight, it has been made sure to end. There can only be one winner in this Iron Women's match. Only one woman will come out, the Divas Champion, and the other one will be leaving tonight's match, no longer an active competitor. You know this one's going to be really hard hitting, fast paced. 30 minutes on the clock. The winner is the woman with the most falls when that time limit expires. These two have been so evenly matched since they came onto the scene. Kharma made her debut last season, and I think she really shook Beth Phoenix to the core, as Phoenix was initially very much the woman on top. She was unlike any other until Kharma arrived. I think Phoenix wants to go back to that.
The WWE has never had a diva as dominating as the Glamazon. Great react. Nice snapmare, and now going for the arms.
Takes down Kharma as Beth Phoenix applies a submission hold on the Divas Champion. 6 more matches to come your way tonight at SummerSlam. Already an hour and a half into recording, holy shit. I don't know if I've got enough time in the day for this show. Following this match, we're going to be seeing the 1-on-3, the Gauntlet. Brock Lesnar going to try and run the Gauntlet for a World Heavyweight Championship shot at Hell in a Cell. He has got to get through Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, and then Triple H. The long-awaited encounter that may not even happen tonight. Triple H could get a World Heavyweight title shot off the backs of Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. We definitely did a number on Brock Lesnar this past Friday on SmackDown, thanks to Triple H. And off the ropes and a backdrop there.
This could be trouble.
The fall away, slam!
My goodness, the strike. Give me a break, there's no need for that.
Kharma going in straight for the cover on Beth Phoenix there, and obviously, I guess, you know, you want to get that first fall in quick. Well, I start to burn both of them at the same time, so I can't really see. Why are they doing that?
Angel of destruction, Kharma to the WWE. What's Kharma gonna do this time?
can expect everything and anything out of these two in this matchup. Whatever it takes to get those falls as quickly as humanly possible.
Good job getting to the ropes there.
Good job. Well done.
One of the most important things in a match that you know is going to last as long as this is you have to conserve energy. It's important to also avoid injury as much as possible.
Backing up and oh, Beth Phoenix out of the way. Very quick, well timed escape there.
Oh, the punch connects. Folded up like an accordion.
Oh no, not the battery controller. One.
Kick out after one. Remember, in championship matches,
Those were words that came out of my mouth in a weird order.
or disqualification. Yeah, that's why they call it the championship advantage. You can lose the match, but still keep the title.
There are disqualifications. There are not falls count anywhere. This is your standard one-on-one matchup. It's just got a 30-minute time limit. And the one with the most falls at the end wins.
Thank you again for joining us.
But something like a disqualification, say Kharma were to strike Beth Phoenix with a steel chair, for example, that would be a point to Beth Phoenix. And for each chair shot there was from Kharma, that would be another point to Beth Phoenix. So, you have to be in a pretty strong lead to want to do something like that, is what I'm saying.
Look at the size of this Leviathan like Kharma.
Kharma back in control after Beth Phoenix turned things around for a bit there, and now applying this camel clutch submission hold. Phoenix trying to crawl towards referee, grossly putting his crotch in front of where her hand is. That's very inappropriate. Please fire this man.
That Phoenix from behind. They're smart, they're sexy,
the corner.
they're powerful. They're the WWE Divas, and right now they are competing for the
Smart, sexy, and powerful. Yoshitatsu.
That Phoenix controlling the
This
waist.
is got Kharma caught here, as we are going to see elbow. Okay.
Oh, my motto would be, love thy neighbor, if I live next door to her.
Ha 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 ha.
A great reversal there by the Glamazon. Great match.
Already we've had some great showings from Raw and ECW tonight, but now this is SmackDown's first match here at SummerSlam. Still to come, potentially a WWE Tag Team Championship matchup between Edge and Christian and the Celtic Cross to find out who the greatest tag team of all time truly is.
We have the best job in the world getting the call.
Oh,
like
big
this.
splash.
And Beth got planted.
We're also going to be seeing from SmackDown the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, no.
Undertaker and Kane once again. Oh, sit out powerbomb there. Is that enough to put Phoenix away? Not even a 1 count. That is how much Beth Phoenix is still in this.
Not today, too fast.
Now the ropes goes over the ropes and out of the ring goes Kharma.
If they could hear that one up in the rafters.
I mean, I guess a double count out would just be no score. So they could have a fight out here for as long as they like, so long as it isn't just one that's getting counted out.
That's so bad for your health.
Or maybe it's a score to both, I'm not really sure. Oh! Flattened her there as Kharma and Beth Phoenix find their fight up on the ramp here. As it looked like Phoenix was trying to get back into the ring, it seems like Kharma is a little more bent on hurting Beth Phoenix here, where it's really gonna hurt. Ooh!
With the title.
There's no need for this. Beth Phoenix now charging back into the ring, and Kharma chasing after. And that was almost a 10 count there. We almost saw the elimination of Kharma by a point. Oh, hang on. Could this be our first fall right here? Implant Buster, the finishing move following. Oh, all that damage on the ramp. I've got to say, I think Kharma might have picked up the first fall. No.
The clock continues to tick. Destiny continues.
I really thought for a moment there we were going to see the first fall in this Iron Man match.
You know, Michael, when God invented Lycra, he was thinking about diva matches.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Layla.
A quick punch to the gut. What a body shot. And there's the reversal. And the power.
Really laying into Beth Phoenix with those strikes. And now it seems like the former Divas champion taking back control.
A shot like that, and you feel it for weeks.
Longest reigning Divas champion in history. Admittedly, she did something very similar to Drew McIntyre with the United States Championship. Only I wouldn't say she did nearly enough defenses to kind of prove herself. Beth Phoenix was not a fighting champion.
Look at Beth.
Uh-oh, Fisherwoman suplex. Doesn't hook the leg though, surprisingly. I would have thought hooking the leg and going for a pin would have been the wise choice there, but that's just me as we see the cover attempt here, and Kharma quick to kick out of that one. We've almost passed 10 minutes in this Iron Woman matchup, and thus far we have not seen a single pinfall. Or submission. Right now, Beth Phoenix is doing a lot of damage to the Divas champion.
To the gut. Dodges to the side of that one. Bam! Oh, that was a serious shot there.
And we've seen a lot of Kharma in control. Guess it was only about time we saw Beth Phoenix start to really fight back.
She misses with a wild strike.
Come on. Okay, good.
And she gets slammed to the floor.
What is this now?
Got her now.
Oh!
Good night.
Just throwing her down onto the mat as Kharma goes for a cover. Still not enough, and I think Kharma thinks she's got Beth Phoenix a little more beat than she really does. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The ECW World Heavyweight Champion Mark Henry, the master of these bear hug submission holds. Kharma paying homage to the World Champion over on ECW. Not able to get Beth Phoenix to tap out. Almost at the halfway point of the time limit of this matchup. We haven't seen a single fall yet.
Beth Phoenix squeezing down on the head.
Phoenix now. Neck breaker.
Steady neck breaker. Another shot right to the gut.
Off the rebound. Ooh, drops Beth Phoenix down. Splash into the cover. Is that going to be enough? Still no.
What a tackle.
Oh, wow.
What a body shot. And can you believe that impact?
Almost see the annoyance on Kharma. Beth Phoenix just keeps on getting up.
What a kick that was. Has the headlock. That's definitely a tight turn. Uh-oh.
Beth Phoenix could be looking to get the first fall of the matchup.
The Glamazon's got her.
She's got her hooked. Kharma caught. Dropped with the glam slam. Doesn't go for the pin combo. I will do. You have to press the whole button. And that's our first fall in the matchup. Kharma has been pinned by Beth Phoenix. The points are now 1-0.
Big left hand. Oh, no.
I don't think Kharma likes that too much.
These two jockey for position.
In a traditional matchup, that would have meant that Beth Phoenix was there and then proven to be the best.
That hard head is a weapon now.
This is not a traditional matchup. And Kharma, boy, it seems like taking that fall has really unglued Kharma here.
Place to go. That elbow did some damage.
Kharma seriously looking to take a count-out victory here, but Phoenix is... She's up, she's back.
Kharma with a devastating counter.
What do you do when you're Beth Phoenix? You know, you got that one pin. Is it enough?
Kharma's just too dangerous. Even when you think you have her, she does something like that.
Kharma now. Oh, sends Beth Phoenix out of the ring. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Sacrificing life and limb to deliver a huge move. I mean, there is nothing like seeing somebody go flying through the air. Nice reversal there.
Oh, boy.
Dear Lord, what a suplex.
I'm really trying to utilize the outside of the ring to get the damage on Beth Phoenix, who pinned Kharma off that glam slam just moments ago. But you notice how much Kharma hasn't let up since she suffered that pinfall. That has really bruised the ego of Kharma, and it's oh boy. Oh! Kharma says she's about to even the odds. What is this? Oh, here we go again. Implant Buster dropping Beth Phoenix flat down. Is Kharma now going to be able to even the score? Yes. Score is now 1-1. Which, obviously, if the time expires at this point, that's no good. Phoenix maybe going to try and turn it 2-1. Phoenix going for it once again. Glam slam. Still doesn't go for the ping pong ball. Oh, fucking weirdo. It is in this game. I've seen it. And Kharma kicked out that time. Seems like something's really awoken in Kharma. Gonna take a little more than that this time. At which point you have to wonder, as Beth Phoenix, you know, what is that other thing that it's gonna take? What are you gonna have to do? 14 minutes on the clock, and they've got to make every minute of that count so that we don't get ourselves a draw. I mean, what happens if it's a draw? Do we go into an overtime, or how do we determine the winner of this match following that? The very future of SmackDown's Divas division depends on this one match, as it is going to be very shaken up one way or another. Without these two on the same show, you know, it will create new opportunities, but the real question is, how do you overthrow whoever of these two retires the other one?
And a jaw-jacking punch. And there's the axe handle. Listen to that chop echo throughout the arena.
Kharma now charging in. Oh, big splash. Kharma looking to try and get that second fall on Phoenix. We've seen a lot of pin attempts. They're just that, pin attempts. Not enough to get the job done.
And down they go. What an impact. What an impact from the knee. And there's the camel clutch. Shades of the legendary Iron Sheik.
Yeah, Iron Sheik, baby. Sheiky, baby. I was about to say, there are rope breaks. He just had to make sure the rope was bending before he would react to it.
Talk about a devastating maneuver. Camel clutch locked in. Wrenching on the
Submission hold here. Applied. Kharma fighting her way out of that again. Beth Phoenix really trying to get a submission over on Kharma. That is something I don't think any woman has done to the other, is make them tap out. Serious strength there from Kharma. Beth Phoenix's head in the ropes. Things almost getting sloppy between these two at this point, but I guess that's to be expected. They're both very worn out. 18 minutes and running. We've had a pinfall victory from both women. Very close to back-to-back. And that guy thinks the ring is going to break. That's just mean. Kharma got Beth Phoenix set up in the corner. Uh-oh, what is this? Oh no, coming off the second rope. Kharma crushing Beth Phoenix. Goes in for the cover. Is this going to be the second fall for Kharma? No! Beth Phoenix with a kick out. You can see how much this is starting to bother Kharma. Cover again. Beth Phoenix still kicking out. Goes for a clothesline. Phoenix with the reversal. Uh-oh. Doesn't hook the leg into the pin. Okay, but Phoenix just not into pin combos today. Here's a cover attempt on Kharma. And Kharma with the quick kick out there, making sure the message is received. Ten and a half minutes left on the clock. So far, the score very even. 1-1 split. Beth Phoenix going to go for the Glam Slam for the third time. Is it going to be effective? Are we going to see a 2-1 score? And Kharma kicked out. It seems like Kharma let her guard down the first time she suffered a pinfall loss to that Glam Slam. She has bounced back since that one. And she seems to be determined to make sure that she is not put away by that again. Kharma now going in for a pin attempt of her own. Score at 1-1.
And did you hear the impact on that kick? The quick kick.
And Kharma showing some real viciousness in those kicks. Almost an annoyance. Almost a why won't you stay down? How many times can she do this to Phoenix?
Here comes the body split. Here's the pin. Title on the line. 1, 2.
And yet every time Beth Phoenix able to kick out. What are we going to see here?
Oh, gosh.
Gonna drop out the ring again. No. Kharma looking to do something big off the top. Beth, oh no, oh god, oh, fall away slam from the top. I don't know if Kharma can get that distance, but this is ambitious. Oh, okay, well that was I say, I didn't know if she could get the distance there. Well, Kharma is back up. As I say, Beth Phoenix seems to be done. And Kharma now, come on, enough is enough. Multiple times in a row. And wow, Phoenix with an instant kick out.
Into the headlock. Oh, the strength in the taunting continues. A swift kick.
And here we see another choke slam by Kharma. Is this going to be the finishing point for Phoenix? No! Beth Phoenix kicks out. Oh god. This has got to set the score at 2-1. Kharma with an implant buster once again. Dead center of the ring. That's got to be it. That's got to be the lead for Kharma. And Phoenix kicked out! What? What in the world? How? I don't know what these two are running on at this point, but they are still going. 22.5 minutes deep into this match, near enough, and I really couldn't tell you who I think is going to win this, as they are both so evenly matched.
Beth's got her. What's she gonna do? Oh, what a slam! Shoulders down. Championship on the line.
Kick out there by Kharma.
What a fierce kick.
Missed that chop, and that seems to create an opening for Phoenix, who is just full of determination.
And that's a shot that could drop a grizzly.
We've seen so many big moves in this matchup, and it seems like no matter what Kharma throws at Beth Phoenix, she just can't beat Phoenix right now. What is this? Look at this strength! Look at this!
Compared to any other diva, Beth Phoenix can just deliver so much more damage on a slam or strike. Oh, man.
Slams her face first into the mat. Beth Phoenix into the cover on Kharma. Kharma with a quick kick out. That is not what Beth Phoenix needed to see, but she's straight back in on the offense. No time wasted this time. Going right in for the kill. That's what you gotta do. Really is just that whatever it takes mentality. Fight or flight. Keep going. What is this? What in the world? Oh my god, what in the world is this? Kharma locked in this unique submission hold, to say the least. I mean, how do you even... How would one escape this? Oh. Kharma managing to fight her way out. With all that she had.
There's the suplex.
5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on the clock.
Here's the pin. Title on the line.
Kharma with a kick out. 5.5 minutes remaining. Uh-oh, here we go again. Glam slam. That was the first fall in the match. Goes into the pin combo this time. Excellent. That's what we like to see. And Kharma suffers a second fall there. Beth Phoenix takes the lead.
Beth Phoenix goes behind.
5 minutes on the clock remaining as Beth Phoenix continues to wear out Kharma, who seems to have really slowed down. Starting to wonder what the condition of Kharma actually is in that ring. She's not really putting up much of a fight since that submission hold. I mean, that kind of wrenched at every single part of the body. I'm amazed she was even able to find a way out of that.
And she's toast.
Buttered toast.
I think Beth's going for that move again.
Oh no, Phoenix straight into this move again.
Phoenix is going to work that painful submission move again.
This really did a number on Kharma before. Can Kharma even break out of this? That is the question. Kharma seems to be in serious trouble right now. I mean, it took a lot out of Kharma to even get out of it the first time. And Kharma forced to submit. That's 3 points to the lead of Beth Phoenix right now. Oh my god. Oh. Glam slam into a cover. I think this beast may have been slayed. 4-1. Kharma can barely respond to Beth Phoenix right now. I wondered what would happen in a match after someone picks up a determining what's the word I'm trying to get out of my mouth here. When someone's kind of got that definitive victory, you ever wonder what would happen if the two continued fighting afterwards? This is it. I think Kharma has reached a point where she can't really fight back anymore. But there's just no stopping Beth Phoenix. I mean, the time is still going. She can't just stop. She can't just walk away. They can't have like a mutual agreement that says that this is over. Kharma seems to be hanging on for dear life right now. Oh my god. Oh my god, not again.
This kind of strength is unreal. And now the Glamazon takes the arms and pulls her way back.
Oh my god. Kharma not seriously gonna tap out for the second time. Could you imagine? 2 submissions out of Kharma. Okay, Kharma actually managed to fight out of that one. And Beth Phoenix, oh wow, even when Kharma thought she had a moment's offense there, Beth Phoenix catching Kharma off guard.
Here's the pin. Title on the line.
And there's the kick out.
And another punch to the midsection. And there's the submission.
Kharma's really got to fight back. I mean, right now she is.
2 minutes left.
She's got to get two points to even out the score. Beth Phoenix realizes that Kharma is so weak and so broken down, she's just buying time right now with these submission holds. I don't even think she necessarily cares if she gets Kharma to tap out or not. It's all about just the mind game that's being played. Beth Phoenix is just biding her time. Look at the way Kharma's moving. You can see it. She's slowed down so seriously as we see yet another glam slam into the cover. And another pinfall for Beth Phoenix. No struggle. Sorry, my bad. I thought she was at a 4-1 lead. She's at a 5-1 lead. This just feels hard to watch now. Come on, ring the bell. We don't need this last minute. Someone needs to remind Beth Phoenix she's in the ring with a living person right now who is clearly struggling to get to her feet, clearly struggling to fight this off.
Beth Phoenix into the headlock.
Kharma spent so long trying to get the best of Beth Phoenix, trying to get those victories, and she just couldn't do it. And now Kharma. Oh wow, look at this. Kharma saying no. Even with Kharma trying to create some separation from Beth Phoenix. Phoenix now charging in. She doesn't seem to get any reprieve here. Kharma not getting any space. My god, Beth Phoenix has become a monster. Never seen Kharma so manhandled past a certain point, but she seems to be completely out of this matchup. And the time is finally up. Enough is enough. Beth Phoenix takes the Divas Championship and Kharma's career in this Iron Woman match. And they're going to need to get some serious medical attention to Kharma. I mean, it might be a good thing in a way. This was her retirement match. I don't know how she'd ever have bounced back from this. She took some serious damage at the hands of Beth Phoenix, and Phoenix seems to have no remorse for what she just did to Kharma. This is one woman you are not going to want to cross on SmackDown. Wow. This is going to be one hell of an encounter, I have a feeling.
The contest is a Gauntlet match. Approaching the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 295 pounds, Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar set to compete in a gauntlet match against the New Age Outlaws and their buddy Triple H. He promises he's going to make quick work of all 3 members of this match. I'm curious to see how he intends to do that. But Brock Lesnar's not the kind of guy I question. I don't know how Billy Gunn is coming to the ring right now with any confidence at all, when I'm completely honest. How do you look at Brock Lesnar and go, yeah, I'm gonna be alright? Billy Gunn set to start things off against Brock Lesnar here in this Gauntlet matchup, in which the winning side, the captain, will get a World Heavyweight Championship. Oh my god! Oh no! F5 straight away to Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn literally just stepped foot in the ring with Brock Lesnar, and rather than Lesnar even so much as going for the pin, it looks like he's going to continue dishing out punishment. I mean, to be fair, you think about what Brock Lesnar was put through in that handicap match 2 days ago on SmackDown, that awoke something in Lesnar. That is what he has said. He has said that he is going to be even more violent than you have seen before, and that you won't be seeing Triple H for a long time after tonight, if Brock Lesnar can help it. Let's see if there's any truth to those words. I mean, it's a bold statement, but it's coming from a guy who could definitely back it up. Billy Gunn trying to fight back here as, oh boy, here we go again.
No big man like Lesnar should be able to move the way he does. He's a freak of science.
Oh god. Now Brock Lesnar setting Billy Gunn up. I mean, I said this on Friday's SmackDown. How well would these guys fare if it weren't for the fact that they were both in the ring at the same time? Well, I think we're seeing just that. Brock Lesnar going in for the cover off of those power bombs, and Billy Gunn is done. I mean, he was done a while ago. Road Dogg now in the ring. Now the Road Dogg comes into the ring. Oh boy. Road Dogg up on the shoulders of Brock Lesnar. F5. Billy Gunn hasn't even left ringside, and his tag team partner has just been slung off the shoulders of Brock Lesnar into the cover. That may have been a mistake. We were told this would be a anything goes type matchup. Do whatever you want to each other. Falls count anywhere. Anything goes. I don't think Road Dogg realizes what he just did by kicking out of that F5. Brock Lesnar actually gave him an escape. Oh my god!
Lesnar's so good at utilizing his grappling and MMA skills for the WWE ring. He's more innovative than people give him credit for.
This is a very different Brock Lesnar to the rookie that came in and won the World Heavyweight title at TLC last year.
Watch this move.
Oh, come on, Brock. What is this? What is this? Oh, right into the steps! Brock obviously not impressed with the way Road Dogg stumbled over those steps. Road Dogg to his foul, boy. Oh, here we go again. Another F5. Drops down Road Dogg with ease. I think we're definitely seeing Triple H and Lesnar in the ring. There it is. And here he comes. Triple H is in the ring. The long-awaited... Oh! The long-awaited matchup. Wait a minute. This isn't what I had in mind at all.
And there's the axe handle. He's going back outside. What's he gonna find?
Brock Lesnar said he was going to get rid of Triple H once and for all. Sends him flying there as well. Oh boy, Brock Lesnar, steel chair in hand. There's nothing more terrifying.
That steel chair. Once again with the chair. He's getting tenderized right now, like a piece of meat. Oh, look at the hammering blows from Lesnar. Watch it. Lesnar has it again.
Triple H is getting manhandled.
Don't expect a lot of mercy to be shown here. Bam!
Brock Lesnar stomping on the arm of Triple H.
And he gets out of the way.
Triple H, I mean, this is hard to watch. You don't often see Triple H get manhandled like this. This isn't something that happens to Triple H. Is Brock Lesnar seriously about to become the contender with that much ease? Letting on that he's been almost holding back, and Triple H kicks out.
Triple H reaching way down, pulling out that something extra to stay in this.
Brock Lesnar promised us we would see the last of Triple H. He would injure Triple H in tonight's matchup.
A suplex like that takes a lot.
Right now, I'm starting to think there was some truth to those words. That is Triple H's signature weapon, the sledgehammer, in Brock Lesnar's hands.
With the sledgehammer. Oh man, that
my
sledgehammer
God.
is so devastating. All these sledgehammer shots are just vile. This is an example of how you're very
Just keeps wailing on Triple H.
his condition continues to deteriorate.
And now what is it? Whoa, whoa, what is this? Brock Lesnar got the arm of Triple H, bending it back. He is putting a lot of pressure on that thing. Holy hell! Oh, I think he broke it! Good lord! Triple H forced to submit after having, I think, his arm literally broken by Brock Lesnar. Holy hell! Brock Lesnar just beat the hell out of Triple H and his friends like it was nothing. Could this be Kane or Undertaker's fate at Hell in a Cell? That was a very one-sided gauntlet. I've never seen anything like it. I am now concerned for the safety of the next man who sets foot in the ring with Brock Lesnar. Well, it is time for one of the biggest questions going into SummerSlam to finally be answered. Will we see a historic collision between two of the longest reigning tag team champions in history?
Following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. And it's for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Approaching the ring at a combined weight of 464 pounds. They are the WWE Tag Team Champions, Christian and
Edge and Christian with those tag team titles around their waist. Of course, a very eventful Friday night. And here's one man that we know has been on board with this idea.
And introducing the challengers, first from Dublin, Ireland, weighing 272 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
This doesn't admittedly give anything away. Sheamus was always on board with the idea. It was Drew that fought it, to the point that he actually challenged Sheamus to a match last week on SmackDown, saying that he didn't think Sheamus was worthy of teaming with Drew McIntyre. Well, Sheamus ended up defeating Drew McIntyre on SmackDown, so maybe that would change Drew's mind. Sheamus then even saved Drew from an attack from Christian. Yeah, if I was Drew, I'd come out here and I'd team with Sheamus. This match will not happen unless both men are in the ring. Are we seriously going to get that reunion at long last? It could happen. Just because the sound guys played the music, though, that doesn't mean anything. Are we going to see a long, long awaited reunion? There he is! They may not be fan favorites right now, but you can't help but be a little bit excited to see this match, this prospect of a match. The longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions in history right now, Edge and Christian, are in that ring, set to defend their championships against the longest reigning World Tag Team Champions in history. This is a major collision. This is a very important moment in history. 224 days Drew McIntyre and Sheamus held those World Tag Team Championships for. Meanwhile, Edge and Christian, the Tag Team Champions here on SmackDown, as of right now, they have been holding them for, I think, just under 150 days. Edge and Christian said they have beaten every team on SmackDown to the point where they have tried to force a team to reunite just to have that victory over them in the history books. This will truly prove who the greatest tag team is. I've got to say, after everything that went down with the United Kingdom with WrestleMania, I did not think we would ever see Sheamus and Drew McIntyre on the same side again, but here we are. And this is the match we waited to see on SmackDown this past Friday. Sheamus and Edge were set to face off against each other. That did not end up happening as Drew McIntyre attacked Edge backstage and took Edge's place. You got to think tensions are definitely going to be running high between Sheamus and McIntyre. The guys don't seem to see eye to eye, whereas Christian and Edge, they're like brothers. The match has only just started, guys. Calm down.
Unfortunately, you felt Sheamus' strength firsthand. Yeah, you're right about that. I don't know if there's anyone in the WWE that has as much power and strength as Sheamus. Oh, jeez.
Edge getting laid into by Sheamus right now.
Edge controlling the waist. And he's in a world of trouble here. The knee.
The knee.
So much on the line in this one. Like they say, on any given night,
I am just so curious to see who comes out with the Tag Team Championships in this one. I know at one point both Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, they were so fixated on the World Heavyweight Championship. They were so fixated on Kane. And it was really what made a lot of people think we were going to one day see these guys team up. The thing is, I hate to be that guy, but even with Drew McIntyre actually coming out and teaming with Sheamus, he's not the legal man right now. This could all be a ploy just to set Sheamus up. He may not ever tag in. Not to sound like such a naysayer, but it is entirely possible that this is not actually a real tag team matchup. It could simply be Drew McIntyre trying to make sure he gets a SummerSlam paycheck. Gotta wait until I actually see him get in the ring before I can truly believe that the Celtic Cross are actually teaming up tonight. Amazing to see these guys win. As I say, history will be made. They will become the first team to have ever held the World Tag Team and WWE Tag Team Championships at one point in their career.
What a tag team match this has been. What a body shot.
I don't even think a single superstar has held both tag titles, thinking on it.
Oh, his spine bending and cracking from that backbreaker.
Tag made to Christian, who Sheamus fended off this past Friday on SmackDown as he went after Drew McIntyre. Literally just standing up for his tag team partner, Edge.
Oh, jeez. Knee to the gut. That'll take the fight out of you. After all of these shots
This
to the
is
head,
not looking favorable right now.
He may have to tap out right here.
Quite a different side of Sheamus to the man that was holding the World Heavyweight Championship this time last year.
Yeah, I think we could see a lot of punishment.
Drew actually did get in the ring, but again, he didn't really come to the aid of Sheamus so much as he just started wailing on Christian. It didn't really mean a whole lot. Drew is actually calling for a tag. Are we finally going to see it? Well, there it is. There's your confirmation. Drew McIntyre is all in on this tag team. German suplex dropping Christian. You know, I said it before, I think the thing that's so amazing about the Celtic Cross is they're not just the longest reigning World Tag Team Champions. One of them is the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion, the other one is the longest reigning United States Champion, who also happens to hold the record for the longest reign ever as a United States Champion, or any champion, period. No champion has been 300 days other than Drew McIntyre. This is definitely a very decorated tag team. For Edge and Christian to defeat these guys truly would prove that they are the best tag team around.
Did you see that? His body twisting and turning in a sickening way. A sharp kick, another stiff kick. And did you hear the impact on that kick? I have a strong feeling that these guys will throw caution to the wind and just go full steam ahead.
Edge and Christian are also the only champions to still be holding their championship since WrestleMania back in April. March. I don't remember when it was now. They are the only champions to still remain. Not only have most champions since WrestleMania lost their titles, most champions since WrestleMania that lost their titles have also had the person that beat them for the title lose their title. I've got to say, Edge and Christian looking very promising in this match. Well, scouted move there by Drew McIntyre to move out of the way. Saw Christian setting up something in the corner.
The championship hangs in the balance.
Sick dick breaker.
Got the arm up.
Christian catches Drew. Oh, hang on. Kill switch connecting on Drew McIntyre. Could it be enough to end this one? Drew McIntyre is covered. And Sheamus just kind of watched. Sheamus did not rush that ring. There is not all that much solidarity amongst these two, and it is beginning to show. I think they're both in this for the paycheck and the glory.
Well, pretty good. If the challengers have anything to say about it. Missed him.
Christian really getting the better of Drew McIntyre right now. He has spent a lot of time in that ring.
Oh, and he tastes the steel. Man, that's gonna give you a headache.
Christian, former WWE champion,
And he gets back in.
prides himself as his great reign as WWE Tag Team Champion, and of course the first ever Royal Rumble winner.
There's more in their arsenal. I promise you that.
A hell of a star, Christian. I think Edge is definitely not long to follow. So far, admittedly, only ever held the Tag Team Championships. And a very, very, very brief moment with the World Heavyweight Championship, but it was, to say, very brief. Christian and Edge actually seem to hold more of the shorter end of reigns. They've worked out really well as a tag team, though. You gotta think at some point Christian may need to tag out in this one, as will Drew McIntyre, who has been busted open. We've seen a lot of cuts and scrapes in this match, in this SummerSlam event tonight, including a broken arm at the expense of Triple H. There's the flatliner by Drew McIntyre. Is that going to be enough to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships? Not yet. And now catching Christian, arms hooked. Future Shock DDT drops Christian center of the ring. Here's a cover. No. Sends Christian into the corner. Drew McIntyre waiting for Sheamus. Sheamus not communicating very well with Drew McIntyre there, as he seems to be just kind of pacing outside the ring. I think their egos may be getting in the way a little bit here. Christian with a roll up here. He's got Drew McIntyre covered, and Christian steals it. Whoa! Just like that, Christian and Edge retain the WWE Tag Team Championships off of a roll-up out of nowhere. I mean, Sheamus really hesitated to help Drew. Well, I gotta say, after a failure like this, I think this is going to be a very short-lived reunion for the Celtic Cross. I think we may be in for a revisit of one of the longest-standing rivalries instead. Edge and Christian's egos are going to be through the roof for this one. They claim to be the greatest tag team of all time, and now they've pinned the one team with a better reign than them. Oh boy, are they going to have a lot to say about this victory. Kevin Nash has been waiting for this moment, I'd imagine, after Vader beat the hell out of Kevin Nash. What this all boils down to is Vader being accused of constantly being the weak link amongst the power trip. We have now reached a boiling point. Vader snapping, attacking Kevin Nash, beating the hell out of Kevin Nash. And here tonight we're going to see what happens when these two face off for, I believe, the first time. Kevin Nash and Vader have got a lot of history as a successful tag team. Two great reigns as World Tag Team Champions. But this man threw it all away, and the reason for throwing it all away, he didn't like that Kevin Nash was getting WWE title shots at the expense of Vader being injured. He didn't like that Kevin Nash, in his eyes, had used being assaulted by the Legacy as an opportunity to get a shot at the WWE Championship, pretending to be outraged that Vader was injured just so that he could get himself up to the top. Sounds a little bit delusional, sounds a little bit accusational to me, but well, Vader seems pretty confident in himself. It's crazy to think that we're going to actually see these two face off tonight. This match has no rules, just pinfall or submission. Anything else is out the window. Anyone can get involved, anyone can step in if they feel they need to. But one thing's for certain, these two are going to tear each other apart.
That there's no guarantee anyone will walk out of this with their careers intact.
Feels really strange to not see that time limit in the corner, but there truly isn't one for this matchup. They can go until one of them has had enough.
And there's a stiff clothesline. Vader. What do you believe is going through his mind, Kane? I'll tell you.
Kind of wonder what the future will hold for either of these two men once this is all said and done.
Bam! He's wearing down the midsection.
Still to come after this, we move towards our World Championship matches here tonight at SummerSlam, starting off with the Triple Threat ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Stone Cold Steve Austin and Eddie Guerrero set to challenge Mark Henry for his World Championship in a triple threat. The Hall of Pain has been open for business and it has injured both these two in the past, but tonight they bounce back from those injuries and set foot in the ring with the World Champion.
Big, sexy, Diesel, the outsider. No matter the persona, Kevin Nash has always been a major threat. Yeah, well, it doesn't hurt to be nearly 7 feet tall and over 300 pounds either. Oh, come on, King. There's been plenty of big.
Gotta say right now, Kevin Nash really getting the best of Vader. There's really no question about it who this one's favoring right now. Vader is someone that a lot of people feel has always come up short when it mattered most. And that is proven from his only World Championship reign to date, which was the ECW World Heavyweight title. Lost to Big Show almost 1 year ago at Hell in a Cell last year, after having just captured it shortly after the ECW brand returned. Or became an official brand, it didn't really return. It was formed.
Vader's practically licked. Oh man, he landed right on his neck from that German suplex. Oh, what a shot! Not fast enough. Don't expect a lot of mercy to be shown here. Wow, what a sequence.
I'll be completely honest, I don't really have a whole lot to say right now. My head started to hurt a little bit, but I'll liven up a bit more for the next few matches. It's just where I've still got quite a lot of this to do. I think I'm a little bit nervous because this is a very long video, and normally those ones mess up. Normally something goes wrong when they're very long. At the moment we're at 2 hours and 36 on the Raw recording. What you get will be very different because there's a lot of editing to do in between.
These superstars are so unpredictable. I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next.
Nice dodge there. Oh, jeez. Nice backdrop. Nash controlling the waist.
So far we've had a pretty eventful night here at SummerSlam. As a recap of everything that's gone down, we've seen Justin Gabriel retain the Light Heavyweight Championship in a grueling ladder match, a really strong way to kick off the show. We saw Tiny Shiny capture the Women's Championship for the 3rd time in a triple threat matchup. We've seen Primo and Epico overcome the odds and capture those ECW World Tag Team Championships in probably one of the best feel-good moments I've ever seen. We saw Beth Phoenix brutally destroy and retire Kharma. That is the end of Kharma for good. She won't be coming back here no more. To capture the Divas Championship. So that's 3 title changes thus far, and I'm not even done running it down. Then we got the Gauntlet match, in which we witnessed Brock Lesnar at a whole other level, absolutely decimating the likes of absolutely decimating the likes of the New Age Outlaws and Triple H in what was a very vicious Gauntlet matchup. And then on top of that, just now we've seen the WWE Tag Team Championships titles retained. Edge and Christian with a surprise roll-up victory over the Celtic Crosses, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. With a lack of communication and the way Sheamus didn't come to the aid of Drew McIntyre, I stand by it. I think we may be ready to revisit the heated rivalry between those two in the near future. So far we have seen 3 titles change hands and 2 be retained. Still 3 more to be defended before the night is over.
The tension is palpable.
And Snake Eyes dropping Vader on the corner there. Kevin Nash continues to be the one in control.
Oh my gosh!
Yo.
Camel clutch locked in, wrenching on the neck and lower back.
I gotta say, at this pace, I'm not sure Kevin Nash is gonna have too much struggle putting away Vader. No rope breaks in this one. No sense crawling across that ring. Just applying more pressure to yourself for nothing.
Huge shot to the temple. Big Sexy has the headlock. There's the clothesline. Boy, he was able to reverse it. Get out of that. In these no disqualification matches, at times it's the most innovative superstar, the one that comes up.
Wow, what a move by Kevin Nash there, just dumping Vader like he's nothing. He's definitely something too.
What should Vader be looking to do now, King? This attack to the Skull King possibility
the knee
of a
at
concussion.
Nash.
Oh, yeah.
Nash
Any one
continues
of those
to
shots
beat
could
the
give
hell
you a
out of his
concussion.
former friend. You gotta think this has gotta really hurt to do. This has gotta be a hard thing to go through. The betrayals in the world of wrestling, they're a little too common sometimes. I think the thing is, everyone comes into this business, you know, by themselves, for themselves.
Cause as much damage to you as they do your opponent. That's always something that you want to avoid, in my opinion. But then again,
Having an ally is great, but realistically, you know, you come into this to be a world champion. You come in this to be the best.
anything goes contest. The toll these competitors have taken is insurmountable. What great action we've had in this match. Nash squeezing down on the head. Kevin Nash. I just can't get over the physicality of this match. This has been brutal. Vader goes behind. Would you listen to this crowd show their
From
appreciation
behind.
for these amazing competitors? Into the tie-up. Who's going to get the upper hand? Now I got a feeling, Michael, that somebody's going to get hurt and get hurt badly in this one. He's got it.
Well, Kevin Nash is very much in control of this one. I've got to say, this has got a little more one-sided than I thought it was going to be. I really thought we were going to see somewhat of a power struggle, but honestly, I think Kevin Nash may just have this one. I know it's, you know, it's not all said and done just yet, but I don't know. He seems pretty safe to me.
He was able to reverse that. Into the headlock. Great move. What a deadly submission hold this is. We might see a tap out right
Vader
here.
locked in this camel clutch here. Vader able to fight his way out of that
What sheer determination.
pretty effectively. It's a big, strong man, that Vader.
With the abdomen. Knocked into the middle of next week. Oh, that elbow's gotta hurt. That last shot busted him.
Never understood how you could be knocked into a time period, but that's just me.
Oh man, how do you beat an opponent that can do that to you? Nash is looking to it, and there's the toss. He may have to tap out right here. Watch it. What strength, fighting his way out. Vader from behind. Huge power move. He's going back outside.
Kevin Nash now heading to the outside. What's he gonna do? Anything goes in this match. When Vader's busted open, he's hot. He's holding that head. You know, this isn't gonna help that agenda about being the weak link at all.
No countouts.
That's what people believe about Vader. Maybe he should work on that.
There's that big Oklahoma slam.
Well, I did have some good old Oklahoma barbecue before tonight's show, but I don't think that's it, King. And here's the jackknife. My God, his head just whipped off the barricade. That's gotta be it. Kevin Nash with a defiant victory over his backstabbing former partner. And that was, that was defiant. No questioning who the better man was tonight.
Close. Oh yeah. That was about as far from an even match as you can get.
Kevin Nash coming out on top like it's nothing. Wow. With that being said, we must now move on. It is time for ECW's main event of the night. The ECW World Heavyweight Championship is on the line in a triple threat match. Can this be Eddie Guerrero's night as the ultimate underdog in this one? Will it go to Stone Cold Steve Austin, who has come into this, steamrolled the competition, Or will it go to the world champion Mark Henry once again, who has injured both men in the past?
Following triple threat match is scheduled for one fall. And it's for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Making his way to the ring from Silsbee, Texas, weighing 418 pounds. He is the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. The world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Mark Henry is furious. He promises us destruction tonight after what we witnessed this Tuesday on ECW, which Mark Henry does not want to talk about. Those who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about Mark Henry eating defeat at the hands of Mankind, who made his comeback this past Tuesday on ECW. A very welcome return to a lot of people, one of them not being Mark Henry.
Introducing the challengers from El Paso, Texas, weighing 228 pounds.
Eddie Guerrero, unfortunately, his most recent claim to fame is a loss to Dolph Ziggler a few weeks back on ECW. So here tonight, things aren't exactly looking too favorable for him either. But I think for Eddie, as I said before, I'm happy to see him here. I hope he does well. But I think if he loses tonight, I think he's got to go back to the drawing board. He's got to look at something else. Maybe the television title, the hardcore title. Just something different for Eddie Guerrero. That is my honest opinion. I don't like having to admit that, but I do think that this is clearly just maybe not the time for Eddie. The version of this song always confuses me when it gets to this bit, because I'm not familiar with this part. Just because they put the Los Guerreros song in a game that doesn't have Chavo. That's, that's weird. And here is a man with all the momentum right now. When you're Eddie Guerrero and Mark Henry, you can't help but feel a little bit shaken as Stone Cold Steve Austin is the only man walking into this match with some momentum from ECW these past few weeks. Because Mark Henry, he did lay waste to Brodus Clay and Chainsaw Charlie, you can't deny that. It's just, Mankind definitely got the better of him at the end of that Gauntlet on Tuesday. Stone Cold Steve Austin, on the other hand, had a strong collision with Ken Shamrock in which he defeated Shamrock to prove just how much he felt he deserved to be in this space. Following this matchup, we've got Undertaker to go one-on-one with Kane, and then our main event, Randy Orton and The Miz. SummerSlam finally starting to wind down here. Oh, I feel like I've been doing this all day. It's been a long show. But it's SummerSlam, it's one of the big ones. It's the second to biggest one, when you're being honest with yourself. Whoa. Take that, Eddie. Don't attack the ref.
Intercepted. Controlling the head.
I'll never forget how this all started, though. At Stone Cold Steve Austin returning from injury, he confronted Mark Henry. Mark Henry got the best of Stone Cold Steve Austin when Eddie Guerrero came out to save Stone Cold Steve Austin. The moment that Eddie had helped Stone Cold up to his feet, Stone Cold dropped him with a stunner. Not really a lot of gratitude behind Stone Cold Steve Austin, that's for sure. This guy seems to be all in it for himself. He doesn't do friendship.
He missed. Remember, this is a no disqualification matchup. Austin goes behind.
Austin.
An incredible series of moves there. Nobody's budging an inch.
Starting to feel like Eddie Guerrero may be getting a little bit pushed out of this triple threat match right now.
Oh, my
As Stone Cold squares up with the ECW World Heavyweight Champion.
A haymaker, a huge right hand. Quick thinking to avoid that. Oh, what a clothesline.
Person there lies cheating. Oh, the sign's pointing at Eddie. That was really cool. Nicely indicated.
What a backbreaker. Eddie controlling the waist. Would you listen to this crowd show their appreciation for these amazing competitors?
I'm very curious to see who's going to be the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, the next time all three brands meet will be at Survivor Series in November, which means that the winner of this match stands a chance of being the man to represent ECW against the World Heavyweight and WWE Champion in the Champion of Champions match. Of course, Unforgiven still to come for ECW. That is, I believe, 1 week after Hell in a Cell. It might be before Hell in a Cell, I can't remember. Either way, that's about 2 months from now. Unforgiven, the final destination for ECW before we reach Survivor Series. What is happening? What is happening? And oh, Eddie Guerrero got right in the ring just to get dropped with a Thez press. Dumped out of the ring. Stone Cold turns Henry around. Clearly trying to wrap this one up quick. Stone Cold not interested in a lengthy battle for the World Championship. Austin. Once again, Eddie Guerrero feeling very pushed out here as Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, this is all about revenge for Stone Cold. This man was put through the Hall of Pain, as Mark Henry calls it. He really suffered at the hands of Mark Henry, as did Eddie Guerrero. It's no surprise that Mark Henry would be such a target in a 2-on-1 situation like this. It's every man for himself, yes, but also, you can't be too surprised to see these guys all going at each other like this. I mean, all going at Mark Henry like that.
And that series ends in deadlock. Neither one of these superstars can afford to give their opponent the upper hand. Gutbuster.
Left hand striking across the face of Guerrero, who seems to be in real trouble right now. Stone Cold Steve Austin stomping a mud hole in just about everyone in this match.
This guy's so good. And there's a hard right hand. How is he still on his feet? What a crushing leg drop.
What a crushing leg drop. Austin really seems to be making enemies right now as they all seem to be targeting him. He just seems to be fending them off both at the same time fairly well. Wow.
He's begging for it.
Mark Henry maybe saying it's time. Oh, here we go. World's Strongest Slam on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Is that going to be enough with Eddie Guerrero right there next to him? I couldn't tell if Eddie broke that or if Stone Cold kicked out, but either way, he is still in this. Stone Cold.
And there's a stiff clothesline.
Piston.
Eddie Guerrero has had it taken to him tonight. Oh, jeez. Knee to the gut. That'll take the fight out of you.
Right hand striking away at the face of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh boy, Mark Henry, what is this?
Looks like he's having trouble staying.
Submission hold applied here.
And he lets him out. Well, he might have been losing some of his grip there anyway. And he's in a tough predicament.
With that takedown now, Mark Henry trying to force a submission out of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What strength, fighting his way out.
Oh.
Mark Henry's building a case right now why he is the alpha male of the WWE. Well, he's the world's strongest man. Eddie Guerrero going for the three amigos. Here comes the second one. And Eddie hits the hat trick.
Eddie really laying into Mark Henry with those three amigos. I think we've really seen a good showing from all three here, to be honest. There's a lot of promise in this matchup. Uh-oh. Stone Cold coming off the ropes. And he gets Mark Henry. Eddie Guerrero. Stunner. Mark Henry in the ring. And another stunner. Stone Cold going for Eddie Guerrero, who he struck first, and a kick out. Wow, I really thought that was going to... What the hell? I really thought that was going to be it. I really thought that stunner was going to wrap this one up. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the only man standing right now after dropping both these guys. Clearly just not done enough to Eddie Guerrero to have gotten the victory off that stunner. Coming off the ropes. Drops him with the elbows. Mark Henry. Oh, hold on a second. World champion could steal this one. World's strongest slam on Stone Cold Steve Austin. And oh, Eddie. I mean, there's lying, cheating, and stealing. And then there's literally pinning the champion's opponent right in front of him. Stone Cold Steve Austin, what is he doing? Here comes the lasso from El Paso, the submission finisher of Eddie Guerrero. These guys are going into desperation mode now.
With the championship at stake, you know these superstars will give everything they have to win here tonight.
Cover here by Henry. Austin kicks out at one.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest
Guerrero into the corner. Henry into the corner. What is this? Oh no. Oh no, Eddie, no. Oh god. Whoa!
Boy, he is really tired now. That tank of his
Henry going for some kind of power bomb here, but Austin with the reversal. God, the tensions are high in this one.
Look at those shots from Stone Cold.
Only one of these guys can come out on top. It's all about picking that spot. Oh, here we go again. How many of these can Stone Cold truly take? Eddie, once again, saving Stone Cold Steve Austin there. Could be just to simply create the opening for himself, though. Both men laid out. Anything's legal in this match. Eddie Guerrero on the outside. Falls do count anywhere. Yep, those steel steps are as legal as a headlock, as they say. Headshot.
He fails to connect. And there's another nasty kick to the gut. And you gotta figure it becomes extremely difficult to breathe after a few of those. Austin's in trouble.
Mark Henry, oh boy.
Man, would you look at the size of Mark Henry's legs?
Just manhandling Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Some order will be restored here.
Austin wants both men back in the ring. Can't imagine what for. Match doesn't have to end in there. Match can end any way you damn well want it to.
And that one hurt his hand. Austin from behind.
And he sends Austin into the corner. Stone Cold. What is this? What are we going to see from Eddie here? DDT. Okay. Cover attempt by Eddie. Henry just kind of standing there.
Squeezing
He's dazed. I don't know if he knows where he is right now.
Oh man, how do you beat an opponent that can do that to you? A picture perfect backbreaker right there.
Cover attempt here by the champion. Eddie did not try to stop that. That was really weird.
What an incredible suplex. Eddie Guerrero has the headlock. Great reversal by
Eddie Guerrero. Oh, hold on a second. Stunner. Stone Cold dropping Eddie Guerrero. Mark Henry is right there, though. That's not going to work. Okay, now Mark Henry is not right there. How much more can we take? Coming off the ropes. Elbow drop to Eddie Guerrero. Stone Cold, nope. Back and forth between these men. That championship clearly means so much to all three involved here. How do you find a winner in a match like this? This may end up going to a time limit draw, thinking on it. Stone Cold busted open. Eddie Guerrero may have just picked the perfect opportunity, thinking on it. Oh, Austin with a kick out. And now the Thez press on the bloodied face of Eddie Guerrero. My God. How much more damage can Eddie take? And a steel chair from the world champion. And he's going sent flying. Austin sends Eddie out. As Austin just shoots over, pins the champion. Has he got him? Stone Cold pins the champion to become world champion. And for the first time in just over a year, Stone Cold Steve Austin is once again a world champion. What a monumental victory for Stone Cold, the new face of ECW, and you gotta point out the fact that he pinned the champion to win that title. There is no doubt about it. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Mark Henry to become ECW World Heavyweight Champion. We move with our next match of the night now. Undertaker versus Kane for the World Heavyweight title. Now the time has finally come for the World Heavyweight Championship to be defended. Kane set to face off against his own brother, The Undertaker, one-on-one. A rematch from Capital Punishment that we've been waiting to see. We have heard nothing from The Undertaker since Capital Punishment, since that loss. A few appearances here and there, but that is it. Okay, well, hold up. Whoa, Brock Lesnar, what the hell? Brock attacking Kane. Sorry, that was a little hard to make in story design, but I thought it would be the best way to execute it. Brock Lesnar, who victimized Triple H and the New Age Outlaws earlier on, now going after Kane. Where is The Undertaker?
painfully intimidating. Kane has the headlock. Beautiful counter from Brock Lesnar there. And the monster.
Where is The Undertaker in this? This isn't right.
Unloading with the right hand. And that's a stiff kick.
Brock Lesnar attacking Kane. This is not an official match. The referee doesn't know what to do. I mean, you can't get between these two.
Nicely avoided there. Lesnar controlling the head. The big red machine's gone down.
Oh my God.
The 295-pounder lands that one perfectly. And again the feet fly.
Brock Lesnar is beating the hell out of the World Heavyweight Champion. I know we saw him come unhinged earlier in the night, but this...
Launches him across the ring. Look at those eyes. Oh yeah, this could be big.
What are we going to see here? Brock Lesnar measure. I hope we don't see that move we saw on Triple... Oh no, not again. Not again, Brock Lesnar. Gonna break the arm of Kane. Oh my God, straight away. Broke the arm of Kane too. What does this mean? Where was The Undertaker in all of this?
Finally,
Brock Lesnar just came out and attacked Kane, and I guess we are not getting a World Championship match tonight at SummerSlam, but I gotta say I'm a little bit speechless to see that this was even allowed to happen. Laurinaitis has got to find this man pretty big. He may have just injured the World Heavyweight Champion.
The following contest is for the WWE Championship.
Well, this is it. I guess we're not getting an update on that World Heavyweight title match. That is just simply it. We move forward now to this WWE Championship main event. Randy Orton and The Miz, the final match here tonight at SummerSlam. I'm so curious to see what happens tonight when Randy Orton faces The Miz. After what The Miz did, for what The Miz attempted to do, I should say, to Randy Orton, to attempt to blow a man up. Unheard of. The WWE Championship on the line. A great champion so far, Randy Orton. Really started this season off strong and has just continued to represent in the best possible way. And these fans seem to like The Miz here in California. Can The Miz become a two-time WWE champion? That is what we find out now. We have seen a new ECW World Champion, a new set of ECW World Tag Team Champions, a new Women's Champion, a new Divas Champion, a new... No, that's it. That's all. Meanwhile, we've seen a successful defense from the Light Heavyweight Champion. And the WWE Tag Team Champions, I mean, technically, you know, Kane is still the World Heavyweight Champion, but I wouldn't exactly call that a defense. I am convinced he may have to vacate that title. That man was, that was the most humanizing moment I've ever seen for Kane. The guy had his arm broken.
Introducing the challenger from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing 231 pounds, The Miz. And his opponent from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 245 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Well, this is it. This is the last match here at SummerSlam at long last. It's been a very, very long show. I'm at 3.5 hours of recording. I was not anticipating it being quite this long. But I did expect it to be a little long, which I must admit is one of the reasons I kind of dragged ass on actually getting this episode recorded. Not that you'll have known, I haven't posted episodes in a long time for this series. Randy went straight in on the offense. It's not really a surprise, as I say, you know, we've been waiting to see this match for a while, and if there's anyone that's been waiting more than the rest, it's going to be Randy Orton. One of the greatest WWE champions of all time in The Miz up against Randy Orton for the first time ever. We've never seen these two face off before.
Randy Orton has said, you don't have to like him, but you have to respect him. Do you believe in those words? Well, I know Randy Orton believes it. And let's face it, it's hard to argue with success. And Randy Orton is a success. He has the win-loss record.
My eyes are really heavy at the moment. I'm sorry if I'm not talking very much. I don't think I can record episodes for this long anymore. I don't think I have it in me. Not that this is bad or anything. It's just like, I think I'm just a little worn out from doing it. I think if I ever get an episode this big again, I'm going to have to record it in pieces. Because 3.5 hours of this has been... It's felt like a whole day has gone by.
I can't help but root for any opponent that faces him. Ow, big left hand. Knocked into the middle of next week. You may not like Miz, and quite frankly, I don't. You're not alone. But you've got to give the devil his due. He's good, but he knows it. An awesome counter from the most must-see superstar in WWE history. He catches him with the axe handle. Blocked. Has the headlock. That was an impressive suplex.
One has to think, will The Miz finally capture the WWE Championship tonight? Anytime he has come back, anytime he has had that miracle-defining moment, it has always gone his way. That he is a one-time WWE Champion, a 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion, a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, the first ever Triple Crown Champion. The Miz has been a very decorated superstar. I wonder if maybe a second WWE Championship is sure to follow. Randy Orton is at his best right now, though.
Oh yeah, any one of those shots, a big and another, and here's some, here comes the, and once look at this, he's pummeling his opponent in the turnbuckle.
Here's with the reversal, sends Randy Orton flying across the ring. As again, we just see this back and forth exchange between these two. Clothesline drops him in the corner.
He's a winner.
Orton now laid out. And, oh, okay, nice reversal there by The Miz.
And again he exits the ring. Oh no, look at those eyes. Evil thoughts have to be running through his mind.
Miz turned his back on Randy Orton for just a little bit too long there. And that was a mistake, a grave mistake.
Orton's got him. Again, this one's for the most coveted prize in sports entertainment, the WWE Championship. What's this?
And the backbreaker by Randy Orton.
At what point, King, do those
Didn't think about the punt kick, but he changed his mind there. Saw the way he went into that corner, he was really thinking it. I haven't seen Randy Orton deliver that move in quite some time. Nothing to do with the fact that it's not in this game. Uh-oh, Randy Orton getting up on the announce table. The Miz, RKO through the table. Good God.
The WWE Championship is on the line.
The Miz is getting beaten tonight by Randy Orton. And here's the cover from the WWE Champion looking to retain. Miz able to kick out. Look at the amount of damage done to the face. Oh, hold on a second. Miz, skull crushing finale where it counts. You know, good for Randy for getting that RKO on the table, but it's in the ring that matters the most. And Randy Orton with just about a kick out there.
These superstars are so unpredictable. I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next.
And there's a dick breaker. Quick dick breaker. He's locking in a submission hold on Randy as he tries to best the WWE Champion. Can he do it? That is the question. Randy is in a mindset right now. And he knows how to target The Miz and wear down that bloodied face. Miz has got a glowing red target. Randy Orton seems to be enjoying. Now going for another submission hold. I'm not sure this is the way to go about it. Randy Orton is not known for tapping out. You're the Hart Foundation and you're watching this match. You gotta be almost rooting for The Miz in a weird way to win this. That is gonna definitely help you a lot more. British Bulldog gets a WWE title opportunity should The Miz win.
What should we expect from Randy Orton?
Orton with a knee to the gut, and here we go now. Orton. We've seen this series of moves before. Picks The Miz up. What is this? When the hell was Randy ever doing this? What? Randy looking to wrap this one up and beat a very bloodied Miz. Got him! Into the cover. And Randy Orton retains the WWE Championship to close out SummerSlam. What a victory for the champion. Oh, hold up. You know, you're probably going to have a hard time believing this after what I just did to him. But The Miz is actually innocent for what he was accused of doing to me and the British Bulldog. That's just what he gets for attacking me a few weeks back. I think it's time that the truth came out, though, about what's been happening to several of our superstars over the past month or so. As you all know, I and the British Bulldog were targeted by someone who had run him down and attempted to end my life in an explosion. Well, I met with someone who spoke nothing but the truth, and they showed me footage that cleared The Miz as innocent. What I do know is the man who is responsible for what happened to the both of us. That man's name is none other than Shane... Whoa, Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes, Shane McMahon jumping. I'm pretty sure he was about to say Shane McMahon did it. Why would Shane McMahon do it, though? Why are these guys jumping Randy Orton right now? What is going on? The WWE Champion just targeted by, I guess, a new legacy here. Shane McMahon, you know, he's another generation superstar in and of himself. Randy Orton laid out on the mat. I guess that's it for oh, no. No, come on now. Randy Orton laid out. The Intercontinental Champion with the briefcase. It's official, he is cashing in. And the Randy Orton up to his feet. Oh, come on, not like this. Randy Orton, that's right. Get back in there, Randy. Oh, no. Randy Orton, though, he was jumped from behind. The man was attacked by the Legacy and Shane McMahon after going to expose that it was Shane that did it. And what is... Oh! Rock bottom. Into the cover. No. Oh, not this way. The Rock has just taken the WWE Championship from Randy Orton. I'm speechless. A successful cash-in after an attack from the Legacy plus Shane? What is going on right now? What a way to close out SummerSlam. Hello? What? There we go. The Rock with the WWE Championship around his waist. And, well, there's Shane McMahon and Vince, too. Shane and Vince standing up at the entryway. The Rock. What is going on? No, it was a setup the whole damn time. You gotta be kidding me. This is sick.